それでセリフください。
How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Steins Gate. My darlings embrace Suzuha's route, and boy oh boy are we cosplaying. That's really all that's happening right now. Is Kamima's going on, and cosplay is just all the rage. And so is my dog's howls.
とっておきの大変身いくぴょーん。
声までメイタンにそっくりだ。
Okay, I was talking in the last episode about like what not to do when you're at a convention like this, like take a picture of somebody without their permission. Also, just don't be weird.
もう一回言って。
Like that. Just don't.
とっておきの大変身いくぴょーん。
Like, I'm pretty sure the majority of people will not take it as a compliment to be weird. It doesn't look like she's going anywhere for the time being. But there's no point in my getting wrapped up in this too.
ちゃんと並んでください。
But geez, I never expected a line like this. She really is a natural-born cosplayer. I might not have seen this coming, but that makes a little difference. I leave Mayuri to take care of Suzuha, and focus my attention on figuring out if Yuki is here or not. Oh yeah, that is the goal here. It's kind of fixing our mess. My legs feel heavy as we walk back to the station. In the end, Amane Yuki was nowhere to be found. I'm not sure if we simply missed her or she never showed up at all. Daru didn't come either.
どうだったすずさん初めてのコスプレは。
It was fucking disgusting.
やっぱ最初はドキドキしたけど慣れてくると楽しかったかな。でしょでしょ。今回は急だったから衣装一つしか作ってないけど冬コミにはたくさん作るからそしたら毎日違うコスプレできてもっと楽しいよ。冬か。そうだね。うん。
Yeah,
楽しみ
definitely.
にしてるよ。
She'll definitely be here for it. Looking forward to it, huh? Yeah, right. On our way back, Mayuri tells us she has some shopping she needs to do, so we part ways. Suzuha and I find ourselves back here.
初めてのコミマは楽しかったか？
あ、ごめん。楽しんでられる立場じゃないんだよね。
I mean, it's not like we can do anything else. Clearly she picked up on my tone, or the tone of my voice. Suzuha is apologetic.
でもさ、なんか若い頃の母さんがこんなことしてたんだって思うとおかしくてさ。それに楽しいふりしてると嫌なこととか考えなくても済むからさ。
Suzuha gazes straight at the sunset.
この前ね、ふと自分の手を見たら透明になってて、それで怖くなって。
Wait, what? Wait, seriously? No, this is not, it cannot be like the movies, man, come on. Does that mean Suzuha's very existence is beginning to vanish?
で、そんな夢を見ちゃってさ。
Okay. Come on, man.
驚かせるな。
あ、ごめん。紛らわしいこと言っちゃったね。
Yeah, definitely.
でもさ、その夢を見てからやっぱり想像しちゃうんだよね。自分が消えちゃうところ。
スズハ。
I'm blown away by own foolishness. Okay. How could she have possibly enjoyed herself? She could vanish into the void without a moment's warning. It could even happen tomorrow, and there's no way she'd be able to enjoy herself. Suzuha was simply forcing herself to have fun. Nothing more, nothing less.
あのさ、お願いがあるんだけど、いいかな？
なんだ？
ちょっとでいいんだ。手、握ってもらえるかな？
She extends her small hand out toward me. You know, I guess this still is Suzuha's route. And as weird as I may feel about this, because she will always call us uncle Yeah, I guess we just gotta roll with it. I can tell that it's trembling ever so slightly. I put my own hand over hers, almost as though I was confirming that Suzuha still exists.
大丈夫。まだあと2日ある。きっと大丈夫だ。
I don't even know how things are supposed to work out at this point. Suzuha grasps my hand tightly and nods. I swear, it's the SPS, the sps, that I could just never pronounce. Ever. In my entire life, I just struggle. However, I'm sure even Suzuha realizes that my words are empty, and no more than an attempt to give her peace of mind. It's all we can do, really. Then, just as I expected, the next day, Yuki and Daru were nowhere to be found. Wow, we are really making, like, zero progress here. That's probably not good.
こっちに目線お願いします。にっこり笑ってください。
Well, back to this weird shit. And I guess, you know, third time's the charm, hopefully. Suzuha flashes the cameras a rigid smile. It's past 1 p.m. It's already been over 3 hours since Kamima opened for its third and final day. Today's our last chance. If we can't get Daru and Amane Yuki to meet before the end of the day, this might be the end of the line for Suzuha. And yet, Suzuha still hasn't received any sort of reply from Daru. If you heard that the girl you like was going to cosplay, wouldn't you normally want to see that? Fuck yeah. I'd fucking drop everything that I was doing. I'd run over there to go see some cosplay. Not to mention, this is Daru we're talking about. Yeah, he should be dropping everything and sprinting, to be honest. There's zero chance that he isn't interested. We've even laid out other breadcrumbs too. Yet here we are. No Daru in sight. That's right, about the fortune teller thing, you know? Maybe he really doesn't intend on showing up. And what about Amane Yuki? I initially thought we might have just not noticed her, but if a total cosplay novice like Suzuha can have a crowd like this, there's no way a popular cosplayer like Amane Yuki wouldn't stand out like a sore thumb. Is Amane Yuki just not coming? According to Suzuha, she's supposed to meet Daru for the first time here. Which means... I suddenly realize a possibility I had overlooked. What if this is connected to the D-mail I sent earlier? Could I have completely changed the future? What if I created a future in which Amane Yuki and Daru never meet? What if... I can feel a chill run down my spine. Well, that wouldn't make sense. If that's the case, I got mail. Okay, but hold that thought. So if he... No, that wouldn't make sense. They're going to meet. They have to meet. If they aren't going to meet at all, then Suzuha would not exist right now. Like, that's plain and simple. I don't really know for sure what happened in Back to the Future. I don't exactly know how all that went down. But as far as I can tell, the actions that we're performing right now should lead to a happy ending, or else Suzuha just wouldn't be here. Because if we continue going along this chain of events, and it ends up with the two of them not meeting, and they never get together, Suzuha just wouldn't be here. And it's not like a fade out of existence thing, it's just at some point, like, either she's not here, or she'll never be here, or whatever. And there's that whole divergence thing, too, that this game or series really just highlights every now and again, so I don't know, I think we're good. And I don't think we have any reason to worry, but of course Okabe's gonna worry. I saw Hashida over at the Tokyo Big Sight station. He was carrying a bouquet of flowers and everything. He stood out like crazy. What is this? It's stupidly obvious that she's an @channel user. Well, yeah, of course. Ah, who cares about that? More importantly...
Suzuha! 誰か来ているぞ!
Suzuha immediately runs over to me. I hear disgruntled voices coming from the cameraman, but I couldn't care less right now. I am so sorry about my dogs. And it's nighttime too, I don't know what's happening. But they're really going at it.
ああ、今クリスからメールがあった。国際展示場の駅で見かけたそうだ。
I hope it just adds charm to the playthrough instead of like making it annoying. It's probably better that I don't ask why Kirisu's here in the first place.
そっか、やっぱりダルくん来たんだね。
やっぱり
昨日ね、マユシンが写真と一緒にメールしたんだ。すずさんの生のメイコスはもっと破壊力あるよって。
でかしたまゆり。
どうしよう。
とにかくまずはダルを確保しよう。
わかった。あ、オカリ、すずさんもどこ行くの？
We have to save the future.
後で戻ってくる。
Or the present,
も
or
しも誰が来た
whatever.
ら捕まえといてくれ。
There are only a few routes from the station to Big Site. We run toward the outside in an attempt to avoid the crowds.
すみません。コスプレの更衣室ってどこですか？
Oh? Someone tries to ask us for directions along the way. But I don't have time to help. Man, we're
すまな
stupid.
い。今ちょっと急いでるんだ。
ごめんなさい。参ったな。コミマなんて来るの初めてだし、一緒に来た友達とははぐれちゃうし、どうしたらいいのか。
The woman who called out to me starts muttering to herself, but I don't have time to worry about her right now. I'm here to find Daru. Wait. I could have sworn I've seen her somewhere before. Damn, we are just really stupid. I raise my voice, prompting Suzuha to turn around and look back at me.
どうしたの？
天音ゆきだ。今の女、さっきそこで俺に声をかけてきた女、どこかで見たことがあると思ったら天音ゆきだ。
嘘！母さんいたの？どこに？
今そこ。
I turn around, but the waves of people have already moved along, and Yuki's nowhere to be found.
そうだ。確か更衣室はどこかと聞いていた。
更衣室。私行ってみる。
おい、鈴葉。
Suzuha vanishes into the throngs of people before I can stop her. Tokyo Big Sight becomes almost impossibly crowded during Kamima. I know this place like the back of my hands, but even I can get lost. Is she going to be okay? Well, there's no point in searching for Suzuha right now. I head out of the building alone looking for Daru. Surrounded by crowds of people going from the east wing to the west wing and vice versa, I keep pushing toward the exit. If Daru's here somewhere, he's probably following the crowds headed for the cosplay square. According to Kirisu's email, Daru was holding a large bouquet of flowers. Someone like that would normally stick out, but in a place like this, he's just gonna blend in with the colorful crowds of cosplayers. To make sure I don't miss him, I carefully scan everyone I pass while making my way forward. Oh, we're gonna call him. I also try calling Daru's cell phone, but he probably doesn't even notice his phone's ringing right now.
すまない。通してくれ。
I snake my way through the sea of people. Time-wise, all the visitors in the standby line are being let in right about now. This is when Kamima is at its most crowded. People as far as the eyes can see. I end up bumping into a number of folks. Clicking tongues. Angry voices. I hear people in the distance shouting and telling me not to run. Please, just let me go this one time. I finally make my way outside. Needless to say, it's packed out here too. Daru's... Oh. My phone's ringing. Is it Daru? I check the screen. Nope, it's from Suzuha.
どうした？ユキを見つけたか？
ごめん、見つかんない。それに迷っちゃったよ。
迷っただと？
See, what did I say?
だからごめんってば。
仕方がない。とにかくその辺のスタッフに聞くなりしてコスプレ広場に戻れ。さっきのあたりにマユリがいるはずだ。わか
った。そっちはどう？
こっちはまだ。
Oh, what? Okay. In the corner of my eye, I see a large frame pass by. That's...
誰だ？見つけた。すぐに連れてそっちに向かう。
I run off, hanging up without waiting for an answer.
誰？
I loudly shout his name, but he continues to march along without so much as batting an eye. Perhaps he didn't hear me.
Daru! 聞こえないのか? Daru!
After yelling his name several times, he finally stops walking and looks around.
俺だ, Daru! こっちだ, ここ! ここ!
I wave my hands as I run toward him. Daru's eyes open wide when he finally realizes it was me shouting his name. Kitasu was right, he's holding a large bouquet of flowers.
オカリン、どうしてここに？
どうしてもこうしても何度も電話をしたというのにどうして出ない？
電話？あ、本当だ。ごめん、全然気づいてなかったお。
まあいい。そんなことよりもこっちだ。
え？あ、おま。
He tries to object, but it matters little. I drag Daru by the hand and start walking.
オカリン、何するん？僕今から大事な用があるんだお。
こちらはそれ以上に大事な用があるんだ。人一人が生まれるか否かの大事な用がな。
は？人一人生まれるって何それ？産気づいてる人でもいるん？だったら僕なんかよりお医者さん探すべきじゃね？ほら、この中にお医者様はいらっしゃいますかってあれ。
Well, this isn't TV, this is a visual novel.
そういうことじゃない。とにかく今は説明してる場合じゃないんだ。コスプレ広場まで来てくれ。
コスプレ広場？
お前に会わせたい人間がいる。
僕に会わせたいって、もしかして鈴葉たん？だったらちょうどよかった。僕この花を、うわ！
Daru nearly begins to ramble again, but instead starts to scream as I walk faster, dragging him along. We push down the path I just came from, this time in the other direction.
うわ！
悪い。通してくれ。
うわ！早っ！おか！ま！
And it feels like there are even more people here now. Having to tow Daru around certainly isn't making this any easier.
待ってよ、オカリン。そんなに急ぐと。
Yes, we still have time left. I could probably afford to slow things down. But who knows when we might get our chance to fix things. I'm hardly in the mood to take a chill pill.
せめて手離してくんない？ちゃんとついてくからさ。
わかった。その代わり見失うなよ。
I let go of Daru's hand and push up against the waves of people. I look back to check on Daru every so often, and we finally make it to our destination.
こっちだ、ダル。
あ、うわ！
Poor guy. I take a good look around the cosplay square. If I remember correctly, Amane Yuki was searching for the cosplay changing room. In that case, there's a good chance that she'll be headed here. She could be among... Oh, fuck. Suzuha sees me and runs over. However, I did manage to bring Daru. And that's one half of the problem solved. Our chances of success are at least better than 0. And we lost Daru. When I turn around, Daru is no longer behind me. Why, that little... Did he get lost?
Daru! どこだ?
I take a look and spot Daru about 10 meters behind me, lying prone on the concrete like a frog that tried and failed to cross the street. He must have tripped and fallen. I start to make my way over, but then...
どうした?
Suzuha's pointing at something or someone. I follow her line of sight. Oh, here we go, boys. There we go. Standing over Daru is a young woman in a maid cosplay. There's no mistaking it. She's a lot younger than she is in the photo, but that is undoubtedly Amane Yuki, Suzuha's mother. Yuki looks down at Daru, a concerned expression on her face. Daru looks up at Yuki, dazed and confused. The two of them continue gazing at each other for some time. It's as though the two of them are frozen in time. Suzuha and I watch their fateful encounter in complete silence.
えっと
Excuse me, I'm trying to get a drink of something. Yuki is the first one to speak.
大丈夫かな。どこか痛い？そう、よかった。
Yuki smiles like she doesn't have a worry in the world. Her smile really does resemble Suzuha's, though I suppose it's actually the opposite.
はい、これ。よかったら使って。
It's a band-aid, isn't it? She takes a handkerchief. Oh, I guess it's not. Okay, there was another, in Daru's route of linear bounded phenogram, they also met here at Kamima, and I think she gave him a band-aid and then some weird shit happened. That was a fun route, actually. But it's a handkerchief, alright. His mouth starts opening and closing like he's trying and failing to form words.
君に一生萌え萌えくん
God damn
結婚
it.
してくれ
God damn it. His grand proposal echoed throughout the venue. And there it is. Christmas is saved. With every step, sweat falls from my cheek. I make my way toward my destination, the heat bearing down on me. The memory of Daru's embarrassing proposal at Kamima is still fresh in my mind. Where am I headed, you ask? Ah. Okay. I see where this could be going here. I climb the stairs to the 7th floor, then open the door connected to the rooftop. The sounds of heavy iron creaking rings throughout the area, and the light of the sun turns my vision white.
やはりな。こんなことだろうと思った。
After my vision recovers, the first thing I see is Suzuha trying to climb into the time machine.
ラボメンが俺に黙って勝手に帰ろうなどと。1億と2000年早いぞ。
岡部倫太郎、どうして？
昨べの宴会で、お前が随分と明るかったように思えたのでな。おそらく、今日あたりに戻るのではないかと思ったのだ。
何それ？普通明るいとそんな風に思わないじゃん。
この法王院教魔を見くびってもらっては困るな。貴様の考えることなど100もお見通しだ。
参ったな。せっかく黙って帰ろうと思ってたのに。
She awkwardly scratches her head. Apparently, that's a habit she picked up from her mother.
ああ、そういえば、昨べ正式に父さんに振られちゃったよ。
振られた？誰にか？
うん、父さんってば、宴会の前に急に私んとこ来てさ。すまない、他に好きな子ができちゃってさ。だから僕のことは忘れて新しい恋に生きてほしいよ。だって。ほんと、我が父親ながら思い込みが激しいよね。
Fuck yeah, he was. God damn, fuck Daru, seriously. I've lost a lot of respect for him in this route.
などと言わなかっただけマシだな。それに、その思い込みのおかげで、お前の母親とうまくいきそうなのだから、感謝すべきかもしれんぞ。
かもね。
Suzuha looks up at the blue sky. She's probably thinking about what happened at Kamima.
君に一生萌え萌えくん結婚してくれ
I love flashbacks to literally 2 minutes ago. Daru would then go on to present her with the bouquet he had brought with him. You know, the one that had gotten him trampled and crushed on the way over. the flowers themselves had gotten trampled. Yuki wasn't the only one frozen in shock. Everyone within 5 meters stopped moving. This goes without saying, but I'm fairly certain nobody watching them would ever have guessed that it was their first time meeting. The crowd watched with bated breath, waiting for her answer to his brave proposal. Hell, we had planned for this to happen, and even we were surprised. Suzuha and I could only watch in silence, waiting for the outcome. With all eyes on her, Yuki was completely still. But finally...
君は面白いね。それ、何のコスプレ？
What guts? She was totally unshaken by what had just happened. She wore a huge smile on her face.
コスプレじゃないよ。僕は本気で君の姿にズッキュンって来たんだお。だから結婚してくれ。
それはちょっと。あ、でもここでこうやって知り合ったのも何かの縁だし、友達ならいいよ。
うわ、マジで？
君、名前は？
橋田至。みんなはダルって呼ぶお。君は？
私はユキ。よろしくね、ダルくん。
こっちこそよろしく。やっほー！神までリアル天使派遣！ユキちゃん、マジ萌えっす。
恥ずかしいからちょっとやめてよ。
Yeah, it is. For everybody.
今思い出してみてもなんというか。
私も母さんから聞いて想像してたのとはかなり違ったかな。
And they've been getting along swimmingly ever since then, so I doubt there's anything to be concerned about. The fact that Suzuha still exists here and now is proof of that. Did Daru and Yuki meet as a result of our meddling? Or as the attractor field theory suggests, were they destined to meet regardless of our actions? In the end, I have no answer to that question. But I honestly don't mind not knowing. Let's just say that this was the choice of Steins Gate. By the way, this was actually Yuki's Kamima cosplay debut. Even with that being the case, she was showered with attention during the last few hours of the event. There's no doubt that she's going to become a famous cosplayer. Hell, there are already photos of her on the internet.
それにしても、俺たちに黙って、しかもこんなに早く帰るとはな。
ごめん。本当はもっといたかったんだけどさ。でも、これ以上一緒にいると帰れなくなりそうだったから。
帰れなくなる？なぜだ？
Suzuha doesn't answer my question, she simply gives me a sad smile.
父さんと母さんが出会って、結婚して、そして私が生まれてからもうすぐ19年。それでも長いなって思うんだから、やっぱ改めて考えると長いよね。
一体何の話だ？
ううん、気にしないで。こっちのこと。
Suzuha straightens herself out and faces me, signaling that she's done talking about it.
それじゃ、いろいろありがとう、おかりんおじさん。
だから、おじさんはやめろと言ってるだろ。
Ah, come on, man.
そういえば、聞き忘れていたが、俺は未来でお前に会ったことはあるのか？
Yeah, it's a little late to be asking questions, but I can't help it, I'm curious.
あるよ。って言っても、本当に小さい時に一度だけだから、私はあんまり覚えてないんだけど。
一度だけなのか？
She'd been calling me uncle this whole time like we were close or something, so I figured we'd had met each other a bunch of times.
父さんとはよく会ってるみたいだけどね。なんでかな？私には会いたくないのかな。
こうして振り回された記憶がトラウマになっているのかもしれんな。
ひどい。
Her carefree smile doesn't resemble Daru in the least.
そうだ、帰る前に聞いておきたいことない？未来のこととか。協力してもらったお礼に一つだけ答えるよ。
では、
ただしタイムマシンについては NG だけど。
Curses. Caught in the act.
タイムマシン以外で聞きたいことか。そうだな。では、未来の俺は。
What am I doing? Who am I with? There are plenty of things I want to ask, but...
あ、いや。やはりやめておこう。
いいの？
ああ。知ってしまったらつまらなくなるだろう。
そっか。
Suzuha looks at the time. This is it?
それじゃあ
Suzuha extends her right hand to me.
私のこと忘れないで。
Damn, the sound in this shit is just poorly done.
忘れるわけがあるまい。
I grasp her hand firmly. She suddenly gives my hand a strong pull and... Oh no. I can feel a soft sensation against my cheek. Only for a moment. But I know that it's a
私のこと忘れないようにっておまじない。それじゃあ今度こそ本当に行くね。ありがとう岡部倫太郎。またね。
Suzuha climbs into the time machine without looking back even once. And then... she is dipping right on out of here. You know, I got a lot of questions about, like, how these little trips to the past work and all that. Like, is she gonna be back in the future, like, 1 second after she left or whatever? Could she have technically just stayed in the past this whole time? I don't know. With a thunderous roar, she vanishes to a time and place far, far away. And a distant time, 26 years away. All I see before me is the blue sky. It's like that hunk of metal had never been here to begin with.
またねか。
It'll be at least 7 years before I see her again. But after I do, I should keep from seeing her for a while. At the very least, not until the time comes when Suzuha remembers the charm she left on my cheek. Ah. That makes sense. Okay. Alright, I can roll with that. That was smart. That was smart. Fuck the credits. It's deafeningly quiet. The endless blue sky stretches out before my very eyes, and it's almost like everything had just been a dream. It's hard to believe that a time machine was sitting here until just a minute ago. She sure was a troublemaker to the very end. When will I be able to tell Daru and the others what happened today? Probably not for a long while, I imagine. I guess I'll just have to work Daru like a racehorse to make up for it.
オペレーション7。これにてコンプリート。だな。
What a wild story. Suzuha came back to the past, had her own father fall in love with her, and then helped to bring her parents together. It really is exactly like that one movie. How did that one end again? Oh right, there was a sequel. After bringing his mother and father together, the hero safely returns to his own time. But right when he's starting to feel some peace of mind... Nah, that'd never happen. There's no way something like... Oh, yep, here we go. Here we go. I could have sworn I just... A booming sound suddenly erupts in the area. Everything goes white. What just happened? No way. This couldn't possibly... Oh no. My vision slowly returns to normal and... Oh no.
あ、よかった。いた。
やっぱりか。
Why is she wearing that?
やっぱり若い時も捨てがたいよね。
は？
と、そんなこと言ってる場合じゃなかった。ね、今すぐ来て。
ってってどこへ？
未来が大変なことになってるんだって。だからリンリンの力を借りたいの。
は？
Hey, what was that name?
いいから早く乗って。
待て、その前に教えろ。
Looks like I'm in for yet another wild Suzuha ride. But you know what? I'm kind of okay with that.
だから待てないんだってば。ほら行くよリンリン。
だからそのリンリンというのはなんだ。
Yeah, I want to know that too. I think that's like a first. I really got to finish the Suzuha route in Linear Bounded Phenogram. I'm doing that with my buddy Aura, so I got to get his ass on it. We got to get through the rest of that. Because there's like 3 different Suzuhas that you're dealing with. A Gape of Root. Alrighty. No, I still haven't checked out that new stuff that we get on our phone. Okay. I think we have, I guess we have 2 more to go. Thought we had 1 more to go. It's just Mayuri's route that's left, right? Unless there's 2 of them that we can gather. I guess I'll figure it out. As far as I can tell, we've done all the routes that we can currently do. I think we have to, similar to Steins Gate, we got to activate some flags through text messages in order to unlock Mayuri's route, or something like that. I'm gonna check it out to be sure, because I think hers is like the big shebang or whatever. It's probably the one with the most focus because, you know, Mayuri being the childhood friend and also, you know, waifu material. If you're not one for Kirisu, then maybe you're one for Mayuri. I don't know. But this was a fun route, and I think it did well of having more of a focus of a relationship on the actual canon deal, you know? Daru and Yuki. That makes for a good story. And of course, you learn a little bit more about Suzuha. And, you know, sort of the, not necessarily torment, but the situation she's in, you know, coming to the past. I don't know, that was interesting. Gave us a little bit more of a, it shed more light on Suzuha, and I can dig it. I hope you all enjoyed that route. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz. And I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.